Hey everybody, it's Christos here, and today we got another deck list for everybody, and we're bringing CyberDarks. So CyberDark is a really interesting deck. It's actually very budget friendly for a Master Duel because they just released a structure deck for it, which comes with almost all of the cards you need just buying the structure deck. There are some other cards you're going to need outside of that, but they're pretty cheap, and we'll talk about those in a minute. So, like I said, if you just pick up 3 of the structure decks, you basically got the whole deck right away. Which makes it very, very budget friendly. We'll go through the card by card, and I hope you all enjoy. So first off, we got one Cyber Dragon Hertz. Hertz is a pretty decent card. It becomes Cyber Dragon on the field, just like every other card in this deck, basically. You can only use one of the following effects of Hertz per turn. This card is special summoned. You can make it level 5. We're not really caring for that effect, but we are caring for the second one. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you could add one Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So that does actually come up quite a bit. The other one is, was it Nashter? This card becomes Cyber Dragon while in the field or graveyard. You can discard one other monster to special summon this card from your hand. If this card is a normal special summon, you can target one machine monster with 2,100 attack or defense in the graveyard and special summon it. Also, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except machine monsters. We got 3 Core. Core is one of the best normal summons in the deck. It's truly amazing. It becomes Cyber Dragon while in the field or graveyard. If this card's normal summon, you can add one Cyber Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand. If your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Cyber Dragon from your deck. The second effect does come up quite often, but that first effect, just getting a spell or trap from your deck to your hand, is truly amazing, and it makes this whole deck, 1,000 times better. We got 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. This card just stops, adding cards from your deck to your hand, special summoning from the deck, or sending cards to the deck to the graveyard. It's a great card, definitely a staple. Now for our CyberDark cards, we got 3 Cannon. Cannon is actually really good. So if this card's sent to the graveyard or a equipped monster, you can draw 1 card. Does not come up often, but every now and then it does. But what you use this card for is you can discard this card and add 1 machine CyberDark monster from your deck to your hand. You use that card effect all the time. Then we got 3 Claw. 3 Claws is amazing. You could discard this card, add 1 CyberDark spell or trap from your deck to your hand. That effect is truly amazing. Definitely worth running. Yeah, just have 3 of those. Great searcher for everything you need. We got 1 Horn, 1 Edge, and 1 Kneel. These are terrible cards, but you need them for the deck. So, yeah, just run 1 apiece and hope you don't draw them, basically. If you do, it's at the end of the board, but they're not great. You just need them for CyberDark names. Then we got 2 Chimera. Chimera is you could discard one spell or trap, add 1 power bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use dragon or machine cyber monsters as fusion materials this turn. Also, once you fusion summon this turn, you can banish monsters from your graveyard as material. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 CyberDark monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card is amazing, definitely worth running. I think it's kind of bricky, so I only run 2 of them, and you can search it out really easily in this deck. So, we got 3 Cyber Dragon. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hands. You could also special summon it really easily with the other cyber cards. We got 3 Machine Duplication, one of my favorite cards in the game. If you could target 1 machine monster you control with 500 or less attack, special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck with the same name. Since these are all named Cyber Dragon while in the field, Machine Duplication will actually just special summon Cyber Dragon from the deck. So, like, you could, summon Core, search out a spell, Machine Duplication, Core, and then special summon 2 Cyber Dragons really easily. Just amazing. Definitely worth running. We're running 2 Power Bonds. Some people only run 1 since it's searchable. I like to run 2 just in case. Yeah, like I said, the best card. What this card does is fusion summon 1 machine fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, and it gains attack equal to its original attack. During the end phase of the turn this card is activated, you take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this effect at the time of the summon. So it's really good. It allows you to go into your fusion plays really easily. Then we got 2 Overload Fusions. Fusion summon 1 Dark Machine and Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or graveyard. This card, I actually think about bumping up to 3, to be honest with you. There's multiple times I was like, oh man, I really want more of it. One of the best spells in the card deck is Cyber Emergency. This card is you could add one light machine monster that cannot be normal summon or set, or one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. If the activation of this card and its owner's possession was negated by opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you could discard one card, add this card to your hand. So if they do negate it, you can just recycle it back really easily and use it to your next turn. Really great card, definitely worth running 3. We are running one Cyber Repair Plant. So that's the best card. Honestly, you can cut this. It really doesn't come up that often, but what it allows you to do is recycle your Cyber Dragons or add one to your deck. So we got 3 Cybernetic Horizon. This card is truly amazing. This card is always treated as a CyberDark card, so really good. But you could send 2 dragon and or machine cyber monsters with different attributes to your graveyard. 1 each from your hand and deck. Add 1 dragon or machine cyber monster from your deck to your hand. If you do, send 1 machine cyber fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. So using this Horizon is the way you could get Cyber and Dragon to your graveyard really easily. Just so you're aware of that. That's how you want to get it to the graveyard. We got 3 Realms. Realm is pretty cool. When this card's activated, you could add 1 CyberDark monster from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, no more summon 1 CyberDark monster. You can only use the previous effect of Realm once per turn. So, really good card. You want to have 3 of each of these. We got 2 Called by the Grave. And we're going to be using 1 Cyberload Fusion. This card doesn't really come up that often, so I really don't like it, but if you want to run it, you definitely can. Or you could cut it. So this card is Fusion Summon 1 Fusion monster from your extra deck that's listed a Cyber Dragon monster as material. By shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among your cards on the field or face up banish cards. The monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except fusion monsters. So like I said, it's not the best card, but it does come up quite a bit. And that's all for the main deck. I know it's 42 cards, so some cards you could easily cut if you wanted to, but for myself, this is what I'm running. Now, for the extra deck, there's a lot of cards I don't have in here, but this is the preferred extra deck of what you probably should be running, or, you know, you could change it up how you like, but this is probably what you should be running, to be honest. Yeah. So, sorry. So, 1, Rampage. Rampage Dragon is really good because you could easily fusion summon. You could target spell traps on the field up to the number of materials used for the fusion summon, destroying them. Then you could send up to 2 light machine monsters from your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, each monster sent to the graveyard, this card gains 1 additional attack, so you can easily OTK that way. Cyber Twin Dragon. I just used it because it came in the deck. Yet again, you could easily make more attacks. Cyber Dark Dragon doesn't really come up that often, but it's getting another name that could be useful. 1 Chimera attack forces dragons if you are using Cyber Dragons. If the opponent's playing machine deck, you could just fusion away all the monsters to special summon this guy. It's really fun. 1 Overload Dragon. Overload Dragon has kind of similar effect. You could attack up to, this card can attack your opponent's monsters a number of times from each battle phase, up to the number of fusion monsters used for its summon. So it allows you to just clear up the field really easily. We got 1 Cyber and Dragon. That's how we get to our boss monster. 1 Dark Fortress Dragon. This is how we need this card. And when it's summoned, you could equip Cyber and Dragon from your graveyard to it. Then you could immediately tribute it off to get Cyber Dark and Dragon. Cyber Dark and Dragon is the boss monster of the deck. Must be either fusion summoned, or special summoned by tributing 1 level 10 or lower Cyber Dark fusion monster equipped with a Cyber and Dragon. Unaffected by opponent's card effects. So if your opponent activates an effect, any activated effect cannot fuck with this card. So, and it's a 5,000 wall on top of that. This card is amazing, and it could get over a lot of boss monsters. If your opponent's playing Blue Eyes or even like Drytron, stuff like that, if you get this card out without interruption, they just lost. There's nothing you can do. Then you could equip 1 monster from either graveyard to this card. This card can attack up to a number of times for each battle phase, up to the number of equipped cards equipped to it. A really great card, definitely worth running. We got 1 Nova. Nova allows us to, you could use its effect, then immediately afterwards, you could rank up into Dragon Infinity. Dragon Infinity is an Omni Negate, which is why you want to run it. I don't own it, so I wasn't playing it, but if you do run this deck, I do recommend running this. Then we got 1 Sieger. Sieger is yet again another card you really do want to run. I don't have it. But when this card becomes Cyber Dragon on the field, during each battle phase that this card has not declared an attack, quick effect, you can target one machine monster you control with 2,100 or more attack. For the rest of the turn, that monster gains 2,100 attack. Also, needed player takes battle damage from the attacks involving this monster. So basically, you could just make it so you can attack over your opponents no matter what. We got one Petrified Anaconda. Reason why this is in here is because of Overload Fusion. If you have the 5 CyberDarks already in your grave, you could easily just link off what you have for Anaconda, send Overload Fusion to your graveyard, then immediately go into your Cyber Darkness Dragon, then go into your Cyber Dark End Dragon. Then to close out games, we've got one Axis Kotaker. And that's it for the deck. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this other than I am terrible at this deck. It's a good deck for sure, and you could easily get a lot of wins out. The boss monster is easily to get out, and it's really impressive. You could do a lot. Hey there, little guy. Sorry, my cat wants to come say hi. It's very, like I said, hard to deal with, but I just haven't been playing it, and like I'm not good at it. Maybe if I just keep at it, I'll be learning the combos more. But as of late, I've just been getting my ass kicked. So, like I said, I hope you all enjoy this deck. We'll go into the games, and I hope everybody enjoys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Alright, so for this first duel, I think this is the only duel in this video, by the way. We're going to be bringing CyberDarks versus Drytron. Drytron Herald build is hugely impressive, but I'm going first, so we'll see what we can do. I activate Cyber Emergency, and I do search for core. At this point, I use Cyber Dark Cannon's effects, and I do get out Chimera. So I'm feeling pretty good. I activate Claw, and at this point, I'm going to get Realm. So far, I'm discarding a lot. I got 2 Cyber Darks in my grave so far, feeling pretty good. I activate Realm, and I do get another Chimera to my hand. Not the best play. I normal summon Core. Core is going to allow me to get Horizon. I activate Horizon. I send 1 Chimera. I send 1 Chimera, and I send Hertz to the grave. And I do get out Edge. And part of Horizon's effect, I do send Cyber End Dragon to the grave. Now Hertz is going to activate. So, and Chimera activates. Chimera is going to dump a card, and Hertz will search. So I search Cyber Dragon, and then Chimera's effect, I am going to dump Horn. So at this point, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. I'm feeling pretty good. I normally summon Chimera. I get rid of Machine Duplications for a Power Bond. At this point, I activate Power Bond, and I'm going to banish 5 cards. So I get rid of all my Cyber Darks I have. Feeling pretty good, and I go into Cyber Darkness Dragon. Cyber Darkness Dragon, I do equip it to the Cyber Dark, and at this point I attribute it for Cyber Dark End Dragon. Cyber Dark End Dragon, I'm going to equip one of my cards. I do take 2,000 because of Power Bond, and I end my turn. My opponent activates Nova. I'm going to Ash that because I don't want this to get out of hand. He calls by the grave, so never mind. It's going to get out of hand anyway. There's nothing else I can do about that. So, yep. This kind of sucks. So hopefully he can't out my 5,000 beat stick here. It's unaffected, but we'll see what happens. He activates Preparation of Rites. He gets a Benton. And now he's going to link off into a Link Karibo. Then his Diatron's effects are going to activate. He gets cards Benton, Special Summons, and he gets Megalith Fall. Benson's effects are going to activate, and he gets a Diviner. He normal summons Diviner, and he's going to send to the graveyard Herald of the Arclight. Herald of Arclight. It's going to search out Herald of Ultimateness. I'm like, yep, this is going. He activates Gamma, gets rid of 1. Special summons. There's absolutely nothing I can do here. He goes into Mal Beta. Beta effect, he gets rid of. Gets another card, special summons. Oh, you gotta love Tritron. He's trying to set up the Herald Negate, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. But we'll see. There goes the Megalith. Megalith's a really fun deck to play, by the way. Benton's effect, gets it back to the hands. And at this point, he's going to go into Beatrice. Ooh, Royal Rare Beatrice, by the way. That's beautiful. I'm jealous. I actually really want that. Like, He activates the ritual spell, and he goes into Herald of Ultimateness. Yet again, none of this actually breaks my board. He goes into Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn is going to discard, and he targets, but doesn't get rid of it. He discards, gets rid of Eva. That card needs to be banned at this point. I fucking hate Eva. Then he gets Herald of the Orange Light, and then he gets another Divine Rose. He has like probably 4 negates through the Ultimateness. He attacks. I take 1,800. He calls by the grave. Hurts. I don't know why he did that, but sure, why not? I'm like, huh, okay, cool. I'm just going to attack into the Unicorn because why not? Reason why I attacked into the Unicorn in reality, it was I didn't know if he had an Access Code Talker in his deck, and I was worried about that. So I was like, let me get rid of the Link 3 so that he has actually Link Crime into it. And we'll see if that works. So I attacked the Unicorn because, like I said, I'm actually scared for a Link 4 Access Code Talker. In my turn, I know he has negates, but I'm not worried about that since he can't actually out anything. At this point, he's going to get rid of Benton. He's going to start special summoning. Benson's effects. He gets another angel. He goes to battle. He just attacks over for 3,000. Main phase 2, he's going to link into Zeus. Yet again, Zeus, it's only 1 material, so it doesn't do anything. So that would be an out, but at that point, he ends. Yeah, that's it. He only had 1 material Zeus because he actually used Beatrice's effect. Yeah, not enough to out me. Like I said, I know my gameplay wasn't the most impressive. I know my deck list could have a lot of work on, but the idea was with this is like anybody who's new to the game could buy through those decks really cheap and have an actual competent deck that actually could do well in Platinum. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think at this, the gameplay footage I saw was in Platinum. But the whole point is, like I said, that was the whole point. You know, just that's it. But like I said, I hope you all enjoy. I know this is a shorter video. The next one is we're going to have some Orcust gameplay. So I hope you all stay tuned for that. And anyway, I'll catch you all next time. Have a good day, everybody.